Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody survived the storm yesterday well. Tornadoes, snow, wind. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder what's worse, dealing with Mother Nature or dealing with Mother Russia. In my head, that was saying Mother. Yeah, you get the idea. Um, it has been an interesting day for me. Um, Spent the day fixing siding. Good morning. um, yeah, the wind knocked a bunch of siding off, blew it halfway down the street. Um, Still haven't found all the pieces of it. Mexigirl says there's still tornadoes in Alabama. Uh, I want to say something, but Bert and Ernie, I, if it hits anywhere, I hope it hits there. No, then they can really say they're keeping a roof over their heads. Living in a mansion, making $1 million a year off of YouTube, grifting off of Ukraine supporters. Anyway, so yeah, that was my day. It was playing handyman. For those of you that own a house, if you redo the floors and put tile down, buy an extra box or two of tile. Buy an extra box or two of siding and shingles for your roof. Trying to match it up later sucks because they discontinue siding colors, they discontinue tile types, and they do discontinue roofing material. So, or spend the extra $100, get an extra box here and there, put it in the garage, put it in the storage shed. If you never need it, great. And if you do need it, it's there for you. Hopping into, yeah, tell them you want an extra. Well, okay, UTV and Ham says he's getting estimates for a new roof. Tell them you want an extra box. If you're doing shingles, tell them you want an extra box of shingles, or if you're doing a metal roof, ask them for 2 pieces to replace the longest length. You can always cut it down to the size you need. You cannot add to it. So, let me go back and say hello to Canty, first one in chat. Mitch, Grunge Thing, UTV and Ham, KKGG, Mitch, Nura. I saw you over in in Merck's saying Joe Rogaine. Adam Rounds, Mexi Girl. I'm probably repeating. Blonde Bombsheller. Kaz, good to see you. David N. General consensus. Hope you're feeling better. Linda H. and Lynn S. Good to see you too. So let's get right into the operational information as of 8 a.m. March 15th regarding the Russian invasion. As always, the report starts with Slava Ukraina. The 1116th day of the large-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. In total, 149 combat clashes were recorded over the past 24 hours. Yesterday, the invaders launched one missile strike and 93 airstrikes using 2 missiles and 145 guided aerial bombs. Russia also engaged 2,402 kamikaze drones and struck with artillery 5,406 times. Airstrikes were near the settlements of Velika Prashika in Sumy, Goriniv in Kozachi Lupan in Kharkiv, Gulyopol, Zaleznuchny, Novopil, Novoandrivka in Zaporizhia, Gorodivka, Novopavlivka, Pokrovsk, Mirnograd in Donetsk, and Kherson, Tomarini, Kozatsky in Kherson. Over the past day, aviation, missile forces, and artillery of the defense forces of Ukraine struck 12 areas of concentration of enemy personnel, weapons, and military equipment, a command post, and an enemy air defense system. Moving into the individual directions. In the Kharkiv direction, the enemy stormed the position of our troops 3 times in the directions of the settlement of Voschansk, Kimyanka, and Krasny Prushy. Going to deep state map, to Kharkiv, and of course Voschansk, and Kimyanki and Krasny Prushy. You will notice another blue area showing up on the map today. Fugulivka, adding to the area here by Zapidny and north of Kupiansk. Moving over to the Kupiansk direction, 4 attacks by the invaders took place during the day. Defense forces repelled the enemy assault actions near Zarazova and Petropavlivka. Back to the deep state map, Petropavlivka and Zarazova. Moving down from Kupiansk to the Liman direction, the enemy attacked 20 times. He tried to advance near the settlements of Kopanki, Novoyehorivka, Novovodyanki, and Yampolivka, Toretsk, and as well as the directions of Novi and Donivka. A long stretch, starting here with Kopanki, Novoyehorivka, Novovodin, Novi, Yampolivka. Oh, that one city that's mentioned is here that's not on the map. And what was the last one? Donivka. Oh, Torsky. Torsky is one of those odd ones. You have to kind of sort of zoom in for it. Oh, okay, they switched it around. Torsky's now the one that's visible. It used to be Zarichny that was larger, but Torsky is right here. Zarichny, basically sister cities connected to each other, just separated by the river. Moving from Liman to Servisk, where the enemy in the areas of the settlements of Bilogorivka, Ivanodorivka, Vrkno-Kamiansky, and Girogorivka, the enemy attacked the positions of our troops 7 times. Liman, Servisk, Bilogorivka, Girogorivka, Vrkno-Kamiansky, and zooming way in, Ivano-Dorivka. So Ivano-Dorivka is right here, 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 and here, where 7 attacks took place in Servisk. Coming over from Servisk to Kramatorsk, of course, Slovansk to the north, Konstantinivka to the south, and Chasev Yar stuck in the middle. In the Kramatorsk direction, 4 clashes were recorded near the settlements of Chasev Yar, Krudomivka, and Stopochki. Well, of course, Chasev Yar and Stupochny, but I'm looking for Krudomivka. There we go. It's closer to Toretsk, about the halfway point. So those were the cities, Chasev Yar, Stupochny, and Krudomivka in the Kramatorsk direction. Coming south to Toretsk, where in the direction of the Toretsk, the enemy carried out 24 attacks near the settlements of Dashny, Druzhba, and Toretsk. And this is where I'm starting to get upset with Deep State Map. Those of you that were watching Mercado Media's stream just a little bit ago, it showed where Ukrainians have advanced and started to do cutoffs, or looking to do cutoffs in Toretsk area. I told you guys about that a week ago, and here the map is still not updated. But Toretsk, Krimsky, Dashenki, Druzhba, and of course Toretsk. I believe it's ISW map. Okay, that obviously... Okay, the only thing it can't do is use the scroll wheel to zoom in. So, okay, now you can do it here. So you see the updates here on the ISW map of the Ukrainians clearing this area and this area here, getting ready to cut a large portion of the Russians in Toretsk off. Moving from Kramatorsk or Toretsk direction to the Pokrovsk direction, where our defenders stopped 43 assaults and offensive actions of the aggressor in the areas of the settlements of Sukobalka, Vodany Druj. This is a new one for me. This is a tough one. Sirodonivka, Bogdanivka, Promen, Prokras, Kotine, Koltenyarka, Andrivka, Bodanivka, Terasivka, Grodnivka, Lisivka, Novopavlivka, Serhivka, and Udashny. Essentially every town on the front, starting here with Tarasivka. Vodany Druj is this small town here. Promin, Lisivka, Deshenki, Nova Ukrainka, and here's another one. I've seen the reports from the ZCU. I've seen the stories officially from ZCU talking about retaking Shevchenko. And again, the map is not updated. Oh, this one takes a long time to load. Coming to the ISW map. And here you see Shevchenko on the ISW map is about halfway liberated. So I might just need to switch over to the ISW map because it's more accurate now. But again, you see lots and lots of blue starting to show up on the map. Ukraine is definitely pushing back against Russia in Pokrovsk. I don't know, Deep State, it just seems like a better map to see the town names. Kotine, Udashny, Upensivka, Goltenyarka, Bodanivka, Novo Andrivka, of course, Andrivka, and that, yeah, there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue areas on the Deep State map. And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the Institute for Study War, 8. So yeah, it's Deep State's not keeping up with the information anymore, it seems like. Hey, Indy, how's it going? Moving over from Pokrovsk to the Novopavlivsky direction, where the enemy attacked our positions 9 times near the settlements of Constantinople, Rozlivi, Volynipol, Pervilne, and in the direction of Shevchenko. Again, different Shevchenko, not this one. But Constantinople, Roznolny. Where is the Shevchenko down here? Oh, can't be that one. That one's too far behind the lines. Huh. Ah, Shevchenko. So here's a third one. So Shevchenko. A lot of these towns are named after the family name that lived in that town for ages. So the other one is like a location if you're at the convergence of 2 rivers. Your town's Mirny, If you're in a ravine, you're named after the ravine, Yar. But anyways, Volhyny Pol, Pravilny, Novopil, and Shevchenko. Mick Riley says, or Deep State's holding back news, but when ZCU is already releasing the videos and information and maps, what's the point of Deep State holding back the information? Unless they're waiting for video confirmation, and of course we're not going to see video until later. That might be it. They might be waiting for video confirmation and just don't have it yet. Oh, you're heading out, UTV? Moving over from Novopavlivsky direction to the Huliopol direction. I'm never going to get past calling it Huliopol, even though it's supposed to be a G sound. Like it's not Hrivna, it's Grivna. I'm never going to get past that because I learned it with the H, and it's like, I need to work on correcting my pronunciation of the Ukrainian H. Anyways, our defenders repelled 3 enemy attacks near Novopil. Novopil is right here, right next to Volhyny Pol, Novosilka. Basically, right next door to the Novopavlivska direction. Moving over from Guliopol to Orakiv, where our defenders stopped 7 enemy assaults in the directions of Stepova, Platihachki, and Sichirabalki. Moving, I was over in Upol, Stepova, Platihachki, and Sichirabaki. Baku? I'm not sure. Not sure of the ending on that one. If it's a key, like in Kiev, or an I sound like in, Starsky. I'll have to ask my friends in Ukraine how to pronounce that correctly. In the Dnipro direction, our defenders stopped 1 enemy attempt to advance. It doesn't show us where, but we can cheat. And did I scroll past it without realizing? They were hiding it on me, that's why. So you see just north of Kherson where the single attack happened in the Dnipro area. Uvar. In the Kursk direction, 20 clashes took place over the last day. The enemy launched 19 airstrikes, dropped 28 guided bombs, and carried out 232 artillery strikes, with 3 of those being from MLRSs. Again, they don't give us the directions, but we can cheat a little bit here and look at the map of Kursk. The area in Kursk is shrinking. This is not Ukrainians being pushed back. This is Ukrainians tactically retreating and Russia moving in to fill in the space left, unfortunately. I don't take this as a bad news. We come to it. So yeah, Ukraine held a lot of territory, a lot more than they hold now. But when was the last time that Russia was invaded successfully? When was the last time, you know, Russia had to call on a foreign element to assist them in a war? I saw that before you deleted that, Marshall. Yes, a lot of what happened had to do with the intelligence cutoff and the satellite feeds. Um, and I think Ukraine is being smart here because Trump's Trump's position changes with his mood, and he's having menopause. So why put your troops at greater risk if Trump cuts off the satellite intel again? Why have your troops in a high risk area if that happens? You also see is Russia's gaining here. Okay, that's weird because the ISW map isn't showing the advances here or here by Ukraine. But you can see a lot of blue happening all around the map. So yeah, Ukraine may be filtering out of Kursk, but they're making small gains in what might seem like random locations. But it is Ukraine testing the defensive lines of the Russians. And one of these little small assaults is going to eventually lead to a collapse. If Russia keeps losing these little small engagements, eventually they're going to make a mistake. And what's the last time Russia made a mistake? Just saying. There are no signs of the formation of enemy offensive groups in the Volhynian or Polisia directions, as usual. Our soldiers continued to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces in manpower and equipment, and actively undermine the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Goes into the losses for the day. We'll cover that with the graphics for today and yesterday. And as always, we close out the report with join the Defense Forces, Razom Peremojemo, Slava Ukraina. Heading over to Discord. Close that folder. Open this one. So starting with yesterday's loss report. There we go. We hit 1,410 losses recorded for Russia yesterday. 6 tanks, 11 APVs, 46 artillery systems, 153 UAVs, and 114 vehicles. Again, that was yesterday. Let me grab the losses for today. Sorry, that was yesterday's again. Scroll, dang you, scroll. Total combat losses of the Russian Federation as of the 3rd, March 15th, 1,116 days of the full-scale invasion. Of course, you remember that the war has been going on since 2014. This is just an escalation and continuation of that war. Today, or yesterday, Russia lost 1,180 personnel, bringing the total to 892,840. It's about 4 days, so probably Wednesday, we're going to see this tick over 900,000. 2 more tanks for a total of 10,315. 15 more armored personnel vehicles for a total of 21,458. 28 artillery systems for a total of 24,483. An additional MLRS, bringing the total to 1,315. Just to annoy you Europeans out there, because I know you don't like the 100 thing. 97 UAVs for a total of 29,233. And 102 vehicles for a total of 40,571. That is the Russian losses from, well, up to this morning. Yeah, 10,000 tanks. Think about that. U.S. military is the biggest military on the planet at this moment. Um, 5,000 in active use of M1 Abrams, 3,600 stored. So Russia has lost more tanks than the U.S. has. Let me say that again. Russia has lost more tanks than the U.S. has. Excuse me. Heading to the air raids, we see the air raid on Kyiv region ended 23 minutes ago. Same with Zhytomyr. The only active alert right now is Donetsk for 1 hour, 28 minutes. A lot more activity was going on earlier. Ivnograd ended 2 hours, 20 minutes ago. If you watch the streams throughout the day like me, you've seen the updates. I won't go through it all. Went through that. Zelensky's speeches. Well, I haven't forwarded anything to here. I forwarded this, and then I just kind of left it. So we get to go through this live. And say hello to the 18 plus restriction I'm sure is going to happen. So updates from Zelensky yesterday. So, yeah, his speech from yesterday, and looks like a press conference today. So we'll just play the speech from yesterday.
Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, українки. Сьогодні весь день багато дипломатії, багато перемовин, які можуть наблизити мир. Зараз на столі американська пропозиція безумовної тиші у небі, на морі та на фронті. Україна сприймає цю пропозицію. І з цього можемо розпочати швидкий рух до гарантованої безпеки, до завершення цієї війни, до надійного миру. Наші команди дуже добре попрацювали на зустрічі в Саудівській Аравії. Тривають контакти з американською стороною. Ми, українці, налаштовані дуже конструктивно. І важливо все ж дотиснути Росію до конструктиву, щоб закінчились всі ці російські маніпуляції, які можуть тільки затягнути війну. Я вдячний всім, хто зараз Україну підтримує, хто підтримує наші зусилля і кроки заради миру. Сьогодні я чув багато правильних слів про те, що війну треба закінчувати. Чув багато схвалення української позиції. Продовжуємо нашу роботу заради об'єднання абсолютно всіх, хто може реально допомогти, хто може зміцнити дипломатію та наблизити мир. Я говорив сьогодні з кардиналом Пароліном, державним секретарем Ватикану, подякував за підтримку і за молитви за Україну та мир. Ватикан дуже добре сприймає те, що зараз реально – зберегти життя завдяки тиші. Говорили також і про звільнення наших людей з російського полону, про повернення депортованих дорослих і викрадених наших дітей. Сьогодні ж говорив з патріархом Варфоломієм. Теж підтримка нашої держави, наших людей, підтримка нашої дипломатії. Я дякую його всесвятості. Щойно говорив з американським пастором Франкліном Гремом, президентом Євангельської асоціації Біллі Грема, вдячний за підтримку, молитви заради миру, заради України. Дуже мудра людина. Ми дуже цінуємо такі голоси в Сполучених Штатах Америки. Голоси заради миру. Сьогодні ж я говорив з президентом Франції Еммануелем Макроном. Еммануель, як і завжди, чітко знає всі деталі, пропонує хороші ідеї. Ми проаналізували стан дипломатії на сьогодні, можливості, які є. Говорили про технічні аспекти контролю за тишею, про можливі наступні кроки в дипломатії та у захисті наших людей, нашої Європи. Гарантії безпеки, ситуація на землі, можливий розвиток ситуації. В усьому цьому маємо чітку підтримку Франції. Дякуємо. Сьогодні ж запланована розмова з президентом Туреччини Ердоганом. Я хочу поінформувати президента про нашу позицію щодо тиші та щодо готовності до швидкої, чесної дипломатії заради завершення війни. Завтра відбудеться саміт європейських партнерів. Ми представимо нашу позицію і реальну інформацію про те, що відбувається на фронті, також відбувається в Курській області та в усіх наших контактах з партнерами. Безпека – це пріоритет. Мир – це пріоритет. Незалежність України – це пріоритет. Я дякую всім, хто допомагає. І сьогодні ж відзначив наших воїнів державними нагородами. Пишаюся всіма нашими героям. Слава Україні!
Sorry. Slava. He said Hero Slava. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading chat, and yes, I saw what you said, Nick. But what do you count as an active tank? We're going to bring up Shermans. Yes, our active tank is the M2, the Abrams. We have about 9,000 Abrams. Russia's lost over 10,000. So yes, Russia's lost more Abrams than we have. Okay. Active tank to active tanks. You also have to consider Russia's T-90, which is the most modern mass-produced Russian tank, is really a T-72 or with upgrades added onto it. So who knows? It's argument. You could argue either way, but I'm sticking with. So yeah, I'll be more specific for you, Nick, but we're not going to go out and bring out our Shermans from World War II, even though that's what Russia seems to be doing. Get the air alert map as the background. Again, that was Zelensky's speech from yesterday. He did not give an address today because, well, he's working. Talking with the press, talking with foreign diplomats, more press, answering questions. Busy man, that man. Mercado on his channel was asking for this video. I tried to send it to him, but he didn't see my message to him. So I'll play it for you guys and him here. You saw what the Russians controlling Suja looks like here. This is Ukrainians controlling Suja.
Центральна площа Суджі.
I mean, it's like with any numbers, Nick. You can fudge them or manipulate them however you want to make them fit your narrative. I was doing that a little bit, just mentioning Abrams when we're talking about Russia losing T-62s, T-72s, T-80s, T-90s. I forgot the letter designation for the 14s. So, I mean, you can manipulate it numbers any way you want. Any accountant will tell you when you ask an accountant what the bottom line is, they're going to reply, "What do you want it to be?" I'm going to cheat. Here we go. So these are. Yesterday, Russia only launched 27 UAVs. Sorry, I put this in English for you. 16 of them were shot down. 9 were lost in location. That was yesterday. And we're going to go through the feeds I go through live and play the videos. There might be some that's disturbing. There might be some that will be age restricted, and yes, this will probably end up as an age restricted stream, but let's get into it. Today is Ukrainian Volunteer Day. This was yesterday. I'm not reading all that, but of course, volunteers making up a large part of the army at this point. SBU drones hit 2 gas compressor stations and a missile depot for S-300, S-400s on the territory of the Russian Federation. Again, this is still yesterday's videos, but here they are. I guess there's no sound in this one. Look, Ma, a UFO. A flying saucer.
Эх, ебать! Ебать! Нихуя, блядь! Охуеть, нахуй! Давайте эвакуируйте!
Yeah, I'm watching these for the first time. That the last one was a Ukrainian drone being hit. The first one was
Ох, нихуя!
oh dang. The first one was a missile depot for the S-300s that got hit. And finding out as we go myself. Another Ukrainian drone over Russia. Vitogran shows an interesting drone that fires unguided rockets. So we went from drone dropping grenades to FPV drones to a shotgun drone and now a rocket drone. The drone wars have begun, obviously. Something about U.S. aid. Medvedchuk's people are trying to take control of regional media outlets that have been left without U.S. aid funding. Okay. Former commander Special Forces Group was sentenced to life imprisonment in Finland. He tortured and killed Ukrainian soldiers and violated the laws and customs of war. He was one of the leaders of the Sabotage and Assault Reconnaissance Group, which fights as part of the Russian army. He fought as part of the Russian army in Donbass in 2014 through 2016. He is wanted in the Ukrainian database of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. So, almost 10 years later, and he's finally facing the consequences. Russia is using crypto in its oil trade with China and India. So that explains why the jump in your Bitcoin is there. Man shot in Odessa. Unknown circumstances. the person that was killed, Diane, is a Ukrainian public figure, volunteer, blogger, and animal and environmental activist. Was a participant in the Revolution of Dignity and the May 2nd standoff in Odessa against pro-Russian forces. Former head of the right sector power bloc in Odessa. Sounds suspicious that he's getting killed today. Microelectronics from Belarus into Russia. Skipping most of this unless it has video. Well, apparently that's the man that shot the activist, Ukrainian activist. Hospital in Zolochiv after Russians UAV attack at night. So attacking a hospital yesterday.
Вітаю, шановні херсонці.
Let's see. Trump has taken Ukraine's ascension to NATO off the negotiating table. Nothing new with Trump. Russia dropped a guided aerial bomb in the center of Kherson. Medical facilities, shops, offices, and cars were damaged.
Вітаю, шановні херсонці. Щойно був приліт по центральній частині міста. Слава Богу, без жертв. Надзвичайно дуже багато пошкоджено транспортних засобів, як приватні, так і службовий транспорт.
They've been doing that for several years now, Mitch. Mitch says Ukraine should have money to ramp up indigenous production now. Yeah, they've been building, and about, I think it's about half, they said, of the artillery shells that they need are produced in Ukraine now. I'll have to find that post with the exact numbers, but if memory serves, and well, you know what they say, eyesight's the second thing to go. I can't remember what the first thing is. Where's my glasses? Yeah, Rheinmetals in building plants in Ukraine, a Swedish group, a Norwegian group. Yeah, there's so many that are investing in factories inside Ukraine. It's amazing. It flew in this morning, again, talking about yesterday. The oil depot in Tbilisi continues to burn. 170 firefighters and 48 pieces of equipment are involved in extinguishing the fire. Here's the videos from yesterday. Yeah, and that was the probably general consensus is yes, the US and EU invested billions of dollars in defense industries in Ukraine so they could build their own weapons and ammunition and drones. Smartest play ever, because then they don't have to worry about passing aid or getting shipments from outside of Ukraine. It's built there. They can use what they build. Damn, that's a big fire. Let's see. Recruiting video for third assault. The suspect in the murder has been captured. Confirming the detention of him. Yeah, okay. Looks like they've eliminated all the consequences of the airstrike in Kherson. Yeah, it's going to be a much longer video tonight because going through all this takes time. Normally I do this before the stream. Boy had a freaking grenade too. Soldiers of the 6th Ranger Regiment of the Special Operations Command destroyed a dozen Russians in Kershna. The raid also resulted in the seizure of captured weapons and equipment. Download that video. I should have downloaded that before I read the translation. Let's see. Missile danger throughout Ukraine. This is at 6:13 p.m. Ukraine time yesterday. Here's the video of the raid in Kursk. Oh yeah, Adam. Trump has set back the U.S. defense industry probably 20 years in lost revenue because of canceled orders so far. Yeah, and this is where I get 18 restricted. What is it, like 3 countries now have canceled their F-35 orders?
Русские сдавайся, пока есть еще возможность. Один и один. Выходи, ты будешь живой.
Some of us do. Just the ones in power don't give a shit because it's not their money.
Контролем и рухаемость.
I love the end there. Picks up the Russian gun. Hold on.
Контролем и рухаемость.
Piece of junk. Let's see. Oh, we're back to the mineral agreement. Yay. Kursk's operation fulfilled its task. It withdrew Russian troops from Pokrovsk, Kharkiv, and Sumy directions, stated Zelensky yesterday. Yeah. Swearing in the new PM of Canada. U.S. will study Russia's position next weekend and determine further steps. So they should be doing that now, because this was yesterday. Rubio said that Witkoff's meeting with Putin was productive and sees steps towards a peaceful settlement. Okay, Trump, I'm going to edit this. Trump does not believe that Russia is dragging out the negotiations. Because I totally believe, that he is, and I'm American for now. Yeah, territories after the ceasefire is most difficult. Breakthrough of the enemy DRG was stopped by the border guards together with units of the defense forces in the Sumy region. 10 Russian saboteurs crossed the border and tried to advance deep into the territory. They were immediately fired upon by mortar fire. I wish there was a video, but there's just that image. In the BNR, a UAV burned down a gas station in Sabianco. Oh God, love these AI videos sometimes. Kivri. Explosions in Kivri, the sky over the region. There are enemy drones. Threat of ballistics as well. Kivri is under rocket attack. The enemy once again launched a rocket strike into the center of a residential area. Yeah, that looks like a military target to me. Somebody got fired. That's when I have to type it. I type Trump, Adam. Oh, taking out Russia's mine storage as well. Another video from Kivri. Yeah, Trump interview. I don't think so. Start downloading it. Yeah. UAV operators from the 155th Motorized Rifle Brigade and infantry from 425th Scala Infantry Regiment defeat the Kotzeps. 425th, I believe, is in Pokros direction. And come on, download faster. Start that one downloading too. -4 Panzers. Achilles destroys air defense. Okay. Well, halfway through that one. Third of the way through that one. In Oral, orcs hear the sounds of lawnmowers in the sky. So no hits, just the sound, huh? See, normally these would be videos I just don't send to my channel to show you guys, but let's see, almost done. I'll just wait for this one. G-Bob, howdy there. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. So here's the video from 155th and the 425th. Oh, that's loud. Sorry, headphones. The heck just happened there? Oh, let me replay this, because that so 2 Russians walking down the street, come and hide in this little shack. Ukrainians were in this building here. Sees the 3rd Russian. Takes out the 3rd Russian, retreats back into the building. Okay. Shows you how close this fighting can be sometimes. Literally, this is the Ukrainian building, and that's where they walked down the street right past the Ukrainian position. Let's see what Achilles has to say. Sending him to higher education. Watch those ones already. Chasivyar. 24th Brigade. Oh, come on. Translate. 24th Motorized Rifle Brigade shows the deadly everyday life of Ketsep's assault troops in Chasiv Yar. Enemies trying to infiltrate for accumulation and new attacks in Chasiv Yar. To do this, they hide in holes, landings, ditches, and destroyed buildings. Here's the video from 24th. Well, there's the ditch. Yeah, something tells me, like, I was trying to find a hiding spot from, bombs and drones and artillery. The two places I don't want to hide isn't something that's already been hit, like an old APC, the shell crater of a former hit, or a bombed out building. Definitely don't stand in the open. I mean, I can understand that in a person-to-person fight using guns, because it gives you cover from gunfire. But when artillery shells and drones are overhead, I don't want to see sky. Oh, is this going to be... See, in Belgorod at night, locals heard a series of explosions and saw bright fires after the UAVs arrived. Taken near Zapata rail station, and shows burning reeds, apparently. So we'll come back to collect tears in a minute. But yeah, apparently that's just like, according to Russian officials, that's just like trees and grass on fire. And get your salty water cups ready.
Ебать, тут ебашит где-то недалеко. Я с Пятиморска настолько это слышу. Тут прям вот-вот где-то рядом. Охуеть, запах ходуном ходит.
Oh, not as good as some of the other ones, but I'll take the salts, the tears where I can get them. At night, Russian army struck a high-rise building in Chernihiv with a drone. The attack damaged a high-rise building and private homes. About 10 cars were also destroyed and damaged. No casualties reported. Oh, could barely tell that was a car. So those last three were from this one, and still not letting me translate. 14 people, 2 children injured in the missile strike in Kivri. One-story apartment building destroyed, infrastructure damaged, a dozen apartment buildings and 10 private houses, 2 educational and sports facilities, shops, a pharmacy, a beauty salon, a coffee shop, and cars were damaged. Again, I ask, where is the military target? Was a soldier at the coffee shop? Here we are coming into today's videos finally. As a result of the enemy attack on Odessa, critical infrastructure, residential building, a shop, and cars were damaged. A fire broke out at the scene. 1 person was injured and hospitalized. Here's pictures from Odessa. The enemy killed a man in Kherson by dropping a guided aerial bomb. He was found under the rubble of his house. Residential building and an outbuilding caught fire at the scene of the impact. The fires were extinguished. Here is Kherson last night. And we come to the drones for this morning. And I don't know why it's not translating for me now. Russia fired 2 Iskanders. Unfortunately, neither was shot down. And 178 UAVs. 130 were shot down. 38 were lost in location. 10 reached their target. As a result of the strikes, Dnipro, Kharkiv, Odessa, Sumy, Chernihiv, and Kyiv regions were affected by the attack. I have to select the text and translate. I don't know why Telegram is being difficult right now. Air defenses destroyed 11 Shaheeds over the skies, or in the skies over Klemensky. Klemensky. So 11 drones were shot down just in this oblast. Excuse me. Ooh. Good morning, Ukraine. Moment of silence every day at 9 in the morning. Bilaturska district. Windows were broken in 7 private houses as a result of the enemy attack. Yeah, I'm not going to play it. U.S. is preparing a new entry restrictions for the citizens of 43 countries. The three colors red, 11 countries. Citizens of these countries are completely prohibited from entering the United States. Orange, 10 countries whose citizens will have their entry significantly restricted. Immigration and tourist visas for citizens of these countries may be blocked. Russia and Belarus are in the orange. Yellow, a list of 22 countries. These countries will be given 60 days to eliminate the identified shortcomings. If the requirements are not met, they may be moved to other lists. Let's take a look here. Afghanistan, Bhutan, Cuba, Iran, Libya, North Korea, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, Venezuela, and Yemen. Restricted visas, Belarus, I don't know how to say that, Haiti, Laos, Myanmar, Pakistan, Russia, Sierra Leone, South Sudan, and Turkmenistan. On the warning list, Angola, Barbuda, Benin, Colombia, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Chad, Congo, both Congos, Dominica, Equatorial Guinea, Gambia, Libya. Okay. Interesting. Oh, it's not even letting me translate it this way now. There we go. The enemy massively attacked DTEK energy facilities in Dnipropetrovsk and Odessa regions. Video from Pokrovsk today.
Це теж свіже, мабуть, да? Сьогодні. Нормально насипали сюди. Черти, блядь. Ну, 12 березня. Спалені будинки. Сьогодні добряче розбили цей район. Розстріляли жилі будинки. Зараз хочемо глянути, що з ринком.
This was filmed on the 12th. 3 days ago now.
Майор.
I think the easy way is have your leader of your country say something bad about Trump. You'll get banned then. Well, that was the first video. Here's the second. Again, this is the Russian mirror. Russia mirror. You know, Russian world, Russian peace. This is what Russia has brought to Pokrovsk.
Так зараз виглядає центр. От так зараз виглядає центр міста Покровськ. 12 березня 25-го року.
You could just be a reporter, but on the front, you don't want to advertise that you're a reporter because, well, the Russians have bounties on reporters. Yes, Russia has bounties on reporters. If you go over there to report and you wear the press badge, you are a high value target in Ukraine.
Літом в цю школу ми привозили людей з пекельних напрямків. От. Потім звідти їх вже вивозили на евакуацію далі. Отак от.
Oh, I didn't even think about this, but Pokrovsk used to be an evacuation point for the people fleeing the war
Місто Покров, 14
earlier.
березня. Хто там каже про припинення вогню, про перемир'я, а? Завтра вже, да, закінчиться війна? Судячи по тому, що росіяни роблять з цим містечком, та й взагалом по лінії фронту, так що це не здається. Я, звісно, не політичний експерт, але щось мені підказує, що навіть якщо щось там вони домовляться, наші сусіди все одно не витримують обіцянки. Все одно будуть порушувати все, що можна. Така їх сущність.
Yeah, that's the essence of Russia, all right. So what was his name again? Dennis Christoph, aka Dutchman. Have to look out for more of his videos. Oh, I gotta read this one. Musk's efficiency department halted funding for Yale University team that helped find and rescue Ukrainian children abducted by Russia. The Russian Federation has abducted at least 20,000 Ukrainian children since the start of the full-scale invasion. And Musk just halted funding for Yale team that was helping find those children. I don't know why I keep trying. Telegram. Military engineers of the Russian armed forces discovered deadly PFM-1 Lepidstock mines in the Kursk region, which are prohibited by the Geneva Convention and are dangerous for civilians. Aren't these those pedal mines that Russia dropped all over? Yeah.
No, друге
Hey, I wonder who dropped them.
раз прокодів, не замітив. Вони ось, раз, два, три, четверта. Ось, Say I'm bored than sleep. Ili ti kakaj non ti danas.
Just 3 of them. The way these things are dropped, you don't sit there and broadcast them out like you're seeding a field. How these things are dropped is they're in an artillery shell. You fire that artillery shell, it breaks away, and these things fly out. If these were dropped by a Ukrainian artillery shell, you wouldn't see 3 of them. You would see one here, one here, one there, one there, one there, one there. You'd see 20 of them, 40 of them. Not 3 just purposely placed in. Yeah, that's definitely staged, in my opinion, anyway. Trump signed an executive order to cut 7 federal agencies: Global Media, which runs Radio Liberty, and Voice of America. Yeah, I saw that in the headlines today. Voice of America. The reporters just got the word that they are on administrative leave. Smoke rises from Volgograd after a nighttime UAV attack. Enemy launched a UAV strike on the village of Semenivska in the Chernihiv region. 4 people were injured. A residential building, an outbuilding, a car, and 2 other homes had their windows, doors, and roof damaged. Again, I ask, how is this a military target? How is somebody's home a military target? Oh, look, they had washing machines. It had to be a military target for the Russians. Okay. Oh, get the whole thing. Trapeze Refinery, day 2. So, video of the refinery. Still burning. It's one hell of a weenie roast. What's going on? I thought you two learned from last time to keep your fights private. Yes, I've dated redheads.
Обозначены подсветкой зеленого цвета. Мы прибываем на станцию Туапсе.
Exciting morning commute. Let's see what's going on with Britain. Steimer will host a virtual summit for Western leaders to discuss the war in Ukraine, including possible plans for ending the war and the terms of a ceasefire. It'll be attended by most EU countries, NATO Secretary General, European Commission, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. No mention of the US. I wonder why. It'll be interesting to see the results of that summit. Forest fire in Dagestan. Oh, darn. Let's see what the 128th has for us. Pilots of the 128th Separate Mountain Assault Brigade once again demonstrated high skill in the Zaporizhia direction. Enemy infantry, minibuses, pickup trucks, ATVs, and other enemy equipment destroyed. Their actions bring us closer to victory. We are proud of our defenders. Slava Ukraina. Here's the video.
Місяць на небі, як поводир, той, що веде нас до перемоги. Сядь, відпочинь, козаче, з дороги, ось тобі кухоль живої води. Річка стрімка в порогах бренить, вогні вздовж Дніпра горять, як намиста. Лізе на нашу землю нечиста, треба нам землю свою боронить. пісня летить ген за небо край, ніч криє місто теплим серпанком, смертельний похід вже на світанку, та поки є час, спи і гуляй, вітер свободи
Make sure he wears a suit,
вдихай,
lad.
і за Україну ще одну чарку, діти лягають спати до ранку, баб прокидається, бабай.
I like the song as well. That was a pretty cool song. Let's see. Footage of the same test of the long Neptune during the attack on the oil refinery. You hear the jet before the boom, and then nice big boom. You know, Russia had a second sun for a minute. Ugh. Remember a few years ago there was a Tickle Me Elmo doll? Now I'm having images of a Tickle Me Trump doll. Ugh. Footage of testing of a Ukrainian aircraft type UAV interceptor equipped with a shotgun. Promotional video from the manufacturer. A cider maybe, but not a beer. Let's see. Ukrainian energy specialists restored power to 52,000 families in the Dnipro region after the nighttime shelling of energy facilities. Due to the severity of the damage, repair work is ongoing. More about the meeting in Britain. What's they're saying about the U.S.? Any peace plan requires engagement with the U.S. He added that the dialogue with the U.S. on this issue does not stop and continues daily. Okay. That must have been because Trump threw a hissy fit because they weren't mentioned. Zelensky has determined the composition of the Ukrainian delegation for negotiations with international powers on ensuring a just peace in Ukraine. Andrei Yermak, Andrei Sabigi, so Foreign Affairs, head of the Office of Presidents, OP, okay. head of the Ministry of Defense, and the head of the Prosecutor General. Okay. We must form a clear position on security guarantees. Security is the key to establishing a reliable and lasting peace. You know, this is the same message Zelensky has been saying for years at this point, unfortunately. Russians shelled Nikopol with heavy artillery, killing an elderly woman and wounding an 11-year-old girl. The shelling damaged a religious institution, 2 private homes, and power lines. Window broken out. Damage to the roof. Again, I will ask, where's the military target? In Odessa, power engineers restored power to 30,000 families. If you look at the oil refinery from space, it looks as if more than 1 barrel of fuel is burning there. Yeah, it looks like there was a cluster there that's all burning. Ooh, that's a lot of people. Serbian capital Belgrade has been gripped by months of protest against the current government, who is accused of systematic corruption, which has led to the tragedy of November 2024. Novi Sad train station, when the train canopy collapsed, killing 14 people and injuring 13 others. Today, during a rally, a car rammed into a crowd of protesters, injuring 3 people. And that's one hell of a protest. Let's try getting the whole thing there. Enchanting change of shoes from a serf. Okay.
Сейчас какой-то козел развел. Ну, я ты в чужое государство лезешь? В Украину зачем полез? И вот тебе получил, уж, блядь, все разобрали. Ладно, поеду я как домой, пацаны.
Давайте, удачи.
Спасибо вам за добрые слова. Вы тоже, хлопцы, правильные.
В интернат зайди, хлеба возьмите себе.
Хлеба соцепничал.
Да мы солдатов обнимали прямо как своих. Мы ждали, ребята, очень сильно ждали. В мужиках отрывались, колошматили нас. В Украине.
Okay, I'll have to go to this one later and figure out what's actually going on there. 36 Marines. Fighters from the 36th Special Forces Brigade destroyed Russian paratroopers on the borders of Sumy. Yeah, we should be. No, video from the 36th Marine Brigade. What's going on here? Replenishment of the exchange fund by 8 carp. Joint booty of the soldiers and allied forces in Kursk.
Сказали свое имя, фамилия, отчество, дату рождения, откуда вы, военное звание.
Старший сержант, стрелок.
I'll wait for the English subtitles there. In Budapest, head of the opposition party organized an anti-Orban rally of thousands. People are shouting various slogans, including, for example, Orban should be in prison. Magyar himself says that they will end Orban's winter and spring will begin. Okay, you want to know how to tell the difference between Trump and Putin? Yes, they're both shits. But Trump was shit out by a guy who ate too many Cheetos. Yeah, the Trump tweet about the team waiting and saying they're not waiting. Yeah, Oh boy, we managed to avoid a shutdown in the U.S. I wish I was a U.S. news channel. Then I would comment so vividly on that. Trump has ordered the U.S. military to bomb the Houthis to unblock trade in the Red Sea. He also issued a warning towards Iran. Hey, guess who is also helping Iran? Russia. Russia helps Iran. Iran helps the Houthis. But you'll order an attack on the Houthis and warn Iran. But nothing for Russia, huh? The heck? Isn't this old news that Kellogg was elected or appointed special envoy? Oh, okay, I get it. So Keith Kellogg was the special envoy to Russia and Ukraine, but now just to Ukraine because the Kremlin asked him to be removed. And of course, whatever Putler says, Trump does. Yeah, Voice of America employees placed on administrative leave, so no more news from Voice of America. Sometime, okay. Copy image. Google. Paste. No. Cancel. Okay. I'm going to have to do this the hard way. Snipping tool. Save as. Save. Sometimes they just don't make things easy. Translate. Russian man beats friend with a stool because he is doing well. In the Ryazan region, a man came to visit his buddy to complain about his hard life, conflicts with his wife, alcohol abuse. However, upon learning that his friend was doing well and had no problems, he could not restrain himself, grabbed the stool, and attacked him. The attacker was detained. Now he faces up to 5 years in prison. Oh, God, that's funny. I'm glad I looked that one up. Ukraine earlier tonight. Serbia. Various estimates between, yeah, that's a huge range of estimates. 107,000 to 1 million people are participating in the protests. Here's the video.
Ovo je Srbija, govore grobovi ratnika i slavnog vremena. Ovo je Srbija, govore grobovi ratnika i slavnog vremena.
Yeah, Americans need to learn how to protest from Europeans. Ain't that the truth, KKGG? Yeah, KKGG says, with friends like Russians, who needs enemies? Yeah. Let's see, what's this? The enemy hit a 5-story building in Chernihiv. Fire broke out. All services are involved, eliminating the consequences. Update: 2 hits in the city, 1 Shaheed, hit a 5-story building, other damage to private houses. Update number 2: 2 apartments are flooded, access to them is blocked. Rescue work is underway. Macron. FPV drone strikes a car driven by occupiers. As a bonus to the destroyed transport, the burning asses of Muscovites come. Okay, this should be interesting.
Сука, горюха, эй! Да, блядь, сядь ты на жопу! Сядь! Хули ты прыгаешь? Уходи, я завезу, блядь!
I want to see that again.
Сука, горюха, эй! Да, блядь, сядь ты на
My
жопу!
biscuits are burning. My biscuits are burning.
Уходи, я завезу, блядь!
That's a good one. A 100 killed and wounded Muscovites in a week. These are results of the work of the operators of Sharp Cap's unit fighting as part of the Central Military District of the NGU Omega Group. Wherever they found this song, they need to give it back. Was that a Cockney accent? Yeah, that's what I was just talking about a while ago, Adam. It started out with drones dropping grenades in a plastic cup. Now they're using special shells made for the drone drops. Oh, we added shotguns, lasers, and did you see the video of the rocket drone now? And that is the last video from Operational ZCU. Yeah, his biscuits were burning, general consensus. So let's see what Warriors Ukrainian has to say. Portugal canceled F-35s. The enemy struck a hospital in Zolochiv. So there's the hospital on fire. The attack in Kharkiv. Life in prison for war crimes. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Here it is again. European Union has expanded sanctions against the Russian Federation and added restrictions to almost 2,400 people and companies. Nice. Ukraine is forming a national team that will develop an algorithm for monitoring the ceasefire. Yeah. Yeah, the whole Ukrainian troops are surrounded, Yeah, they're surrounded by two talking inflated. Military training ground in Molino was attacked by a UAV in the Novograd region of Russia. Nice level flight. You see it angled down. Wasn't shot down. That was an intentional target. Hey, look, a military training ground. Military target. Peskov said that Putin sent additional signals to Trump through envoy Witkoff. According to the Kremlin spokesman, Putin and Trump's special representative met late last night. He said that Russia's side received information from Washington and also transmitted additional signals to the president. Says that the conversation between Putin and Trump should take place soon, but its date will be determined after Witkoff conveys to the American president the results of the conversation with Kremlin. And if you've been paying attention to this video, I'm going to ask you which one's Donald and which one's Trump. Russians are trying to break into the Sumy region almost along the entire border. The Russian Federation has brought up serious reserves. People are urged to leave the border zone as soon as possible, as there will be high-intensity shelling throughout the entire line of confrontation. This is the assault Russia wanted to do before the incursion into Kursk. So more information on the ceasefire will be available Monday. I don't need to hear any other your freaking words, Orange Oompa Loompa. Trump has taken Ukraine's NATO membership off the table in negotiations with Russia. Yeah, but which way? Said that one day relations with Russia would have to be restored, avoiding any criticism of the U.S. appearing to have an interest in closer ties with Russia. Is normal if the war would have stopped for Europe somehow, step by step, and also for the U.S. to restore normal relations with Russia. We are absolutely not there yet. That's why we have the sanctions. Let's not be naive about the Russians, but in the longer term, Russia is there. Russia will not go away. Where... Okay, it's all it says is NATO membership is off the table. But what does that mean? Is a restriction from Ukraine joining NATO off the table? Or is Ukraine banned from joining NATO? I want some real news. And nobody is saying it. Not even nobody. They're just off the table. That's it. It doesn't mean jack shit. Nothing against Warriors Ukrainian channel. He's repeating the information he's given. And the information he's given, and we are all given by fucking Trump, is no information. It's off the table. Well, what does that mean? Um, 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Russia launched a missile attack on a residential district in Kyiv. 6 people injured. Total number of the victims is 11. 6 were hospitalized. Okay. 4 apartment buildings and 4 private houses were damaged. Again, no military targeting the civilians. China's state-owned oil companies are refusing Russian oil in March due to U.S. sanctions. If you guys didn't know, U.S. expanded sanctions to anybody Russia deals with. That is why China's now not buying Russian oil. Russia bombed Kherson. Man's body was found under the rubble of a house. He was 43. It is known about 3 other injuries. Here's the video.
Немає різниці, ми тут, і там одночасно. Два шаги.
Вікон немає, тут теж в кухні вікон немає, нічого немає. Двері впали на мене.
Вам зараз є ветеран шляпи? Давайте переселимо вас.
Та ні, не треба.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Nura.
Точно є?
Так. Ні, не
You know, you
треба.
already have the European Union. Why not a European alliance?
Світло є, газ є, вікон немає, вікна не йдуть. Ну, фронтон.
Destruction of a Russian infantry squad by fighters from the 6th Special Forces Brigade. Here's the video. This year or last year grunge thing. Oh, we've already seen this video. This was the other one. Okay. Ukrainian Defense Forces pushed back the enemy from Vigolivka in the Kupiansk direction. The enemy advanced near Novokumar and Novopavlivsky. It says it's from Deep State, but they're not showing it on the map. Russian propaganda is currently trying to shift the enemy from being NATO and the US to it being Europe. UK updates Trump. Russia should expect the proposal for a ceasefire in Ukraine without any conditions, says the British Foreign Secretary. Britain and its minister can shove their idea back up the shithole it came from, diplomatically speaking. That's not very diplomatic of you. Game of Thrones star Jack Gleason read the diary of Igor Krastov from Mariupol at the opening of the documentary project War Diaries, The Unheard Voices of Ukrainian Children in London. The exhibition tells the story of children who witnessed the war in Ukraine. They survived shelling, occupation, or were forced to leave their homes. The initiator of the project is Christina. I'm not going to pronounce her last name, but here's the video.
10 years old, Mariupol. War, Sunday 3rd. I'm 8 years old. My sister is 15 and my mother is 38. We have to make a dressing bandage for our wounds. My mother is the first, I'm the second. My sister is the third. Monday 4th. I woke up. Well, I smiled as it was yesterday, and so on. By the way, my birthday is coming up soon. And both of my dogs and my grandmother Galia died. And the beloved city of Mariupol.
Yeah, someone's cutting onions. We've always been told since childhood that Russians don't start wars, that we don't hurt old people, women, and children, that we don't abandon our own people. And all these points collapsed in this war. We attacked Ukraine. This guilt will always be with me. I'm complicit that I didn't speak out loud sooner. A former Russian journalist and presenter for Russia's Channel 1 helps to make sleeping bags for Ukrainians in Lviv, Dnipro, Zaporizhia, and other cities who lost their home because of Putin's war. Zhenya resigned from Russian television in March 2022. She also returned all of her Russian state awards with a note to Putin stating that the Russian government is leading the country to ruin and that she found the awards unacceptable. Today, the woman lives in France and participates in volunteer projects.
Вначале мне было стыдно даже говорить, что я из России, что я русская. Я не знаю эту страну. Это чужая страна, которая хочет захватить эту территорию, которая произносит такие лозунги. Нам всегда с детства говорили, лишь бы не было войны. Нам говорили, русские войны не начинают. Мы не обижаем стариков, женщин и детей. Мы не бросаем своих. И все эти пункты обрушились.
I can't do this one. This one's pissing me off. Because they're taping together freaking space blankets to make sleeping bags for displaced families. You want to know how much a bed cost in Ukraine? No. I want this one. Furniture. Beds. There you go. Nothing really fancy. 2,457 hryvnia. Again, 2,457. An entire bed with mattress cost $60 fucking dollars. $60 fucking dollars for a bed. And they're taping together fucking space blankets. Which link, Grunge? See, this is the part that pissed me off when I found out about it. People that had money in Ukraine bought up houses and rented them out to displaced families. Not for a low price, not even for a reasonable price. They got 9,800 hryvnia when I first found out about this. I don't know what they get now. 9,800 hryvnia a month to pay for rent, food, utilities, blah, 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 whatever. They get that from the government. She's in France. Don't give me that shit that pay over there is fucking not as much. They were charging 8,000 hryvnias for the fucking rent of those houses. That's why I started doing what I'm doing over there. So they basically left, single moms. Either their husband's gone or they're at war or they've been killed or whatever. A family with 3 kids, a mom with 3 kids, getting $9,800 from the government, 8,000 of that's going to the rent from some asshole that is overcharging, profiteering, in my opinion. Because she can't be in the home her family's had for 10 generations because it's bombed out by Russia. So she has 1,800 hryvnia, less than $50, to feed, clothe, and help out and do whatever else she needs to do for an entire month. That's where I got pissed off. The furniture site. It's just Epicenter. I mean, I love Epicenter. Because you know what you can do on Epicenter? Sorry, it's just, this is an upsetting thing for me, and I'm sorry I yelled, but you need, a unit that needs an EcoFlow? There you go. So they need it in Dnipro. Okay, the pickup's in Dnipro, or they're up in Kharkiv. Which store in Kharkiv do they want to pick it up at? There you go. Buy it. Buy it, pay for it, pick it up, give the unit the code to pick it up. No, you don't have to send them money. You don't have to PayPal, Monobank, anything. You buy it right from the store, give them the pickup code, they go pick it up, take it to the unit. End of story. I've bought 4 of those EcoFlows that way. But yeah, here's this lady.
Вначале мне было стыдно даже говорить, что я из России, что я русская.
I can't even. And they're duct taping space blankets together. Those space blankets, I'm. So 6 space blankets cost, so they're about $1 a piece. They're probably using 2 of them to make. So yeah, they're spending $2 to help displaced families. Okay. Probably another $1 in duct tape. Oh boy, $3. Yeah, 4-pack for $9. So they're, this freaking kills me though. Yeah, taping space blankets together when an entire bed. Oh, dang it. Well, like I said, an entire bed. Single bed. Well, $60 for an entire bed. Let's say you wanted to get an actual sleeping bag. There you go. An actual sleeping bag. $45. Emergency sleeping bag. 327 hryvnia. There we go. $7.89. And why sit there and tape it together when you can get one that's already formed, buy it at Epicenter, have them pick it up in Ukraine, don't have to spend money on shipping your time, and spend your time doing other shit. And there you go. There's a sleeping bag already made, already put together in Ukraine. No lag time, no wait. There you go. But, you know, actual sleeping bags rather than an emergency sleeping bag isn't that much. You know, $12.90, $31. Travel backpacks. Here you go. A children's sleeping bag. 700 hryvnia. $17. You know, you can get a couple different ones. And then the kids have something fun and something to differentiate and something to call their own. Well, they're sleeping in the basement of a shelter. But no. Freaking Mylar base blankets taped together. I mean, at least they're helping. They're doing something, but come on. Detection and elimination of Russians who tried to break through into Sumy. Here's a video while I try to calm down. Don't blame yourself, Kaz. I was doing the same thing, and then I found Epicenter. Sorry, I didn't put that large screen for you. The attack on there. Yeah, the oil field on fire in day 2. You can see that several tanks are burning. FPV drones from Achilles Regiment. Here's their video. I get your grunge thing. It's just, you know, France is one of the richest countries in the world, along with the US. People make a decent living in France. Spending $3 for a space blanket sleeping bag that they tape together and then $20 to ship it into Ukraine. It makes absolute no sense. Okay. Okay, that made me feel better. Well, one of the reasons I found this was I had $1,000 left over from my trip in Ukraine. I was like, okay. River 2. So I even asked Rick the Ukrainian if he needed an EcoFlow. These are 280 now. At the time, I found a deal for, I think it was under 9,000 hryvnia for them, and I bought 4 of them. The thing that was nice was because I was talking to so this is public knowledge. It's not anything that's not publicly known. Well, the second part anyways. I was staying in this apartment building right here. I take the Marshrutka up to the red line, the transit stops up here. This is a military base. Military base. Public information. So I'd sit here and have conversations and talk to some of the guys, ask if they spoke English, just talk to them. And I told them I had an extra $1,000 before, and I was heading back to home in like a week. If they knew any units that need an EcoFlow. Well, they said, yeah, but a lot of the units won't accept an EcoFlow from a person because they're afraid of like tracking devices and stuff being put in them. I was like, well, what if I bought it from a store and had the store ship it to them? Well, you could just go to Epicenter, buy it on Epicenter and give them the pickup code. Okay. Any units will do that. And that's where my last grant that I had in Ukraine went to. But I mean, that made it so easy, and I've been able to do, I mean, this place does everything from plumbing and furniture to clothing, EcoFlows, generators, tools. It's Home Depot. It's literally Ukraine's Home Depot. You know, welding equipment. Yeah, there you go. Energy supply. Tools, anything you need. You know, tires for their vehicles. I love doing direct support. And if I find out a unit needs this or a unit needs that, it's like, okay, well, what epicenter you wanted at? Okay, here you go. Anyway. End rant. What I should do is pin that. Well, yeah, the thing that killed me was my friend in Kyiv. And let me go OBS. Full cam. My friend in Kyiv sent me these two little guys. She stitched them herself. Along with a postcard and some other trinkets and stuff like that. It cost her less than $9 to send a package all the way from Kyiv to me. I sent her a package and it cost me $75, and it was lighter than the package she sent me. There's two things that I found that are more expensive in Ukraine than the US. Used cars, especially trucks, and new electronics. But when you add in the cost of shipping it from here to there, it is way cheaper in Ukraine than anywhere else. Not there. We watched the Achilles. UK Prime Minister Starmer warns Putin over games as he prepares to present proposals for keeping peace in Ukraine. Instead of box trolls, box kitty. Cannons, artillery, and mortars. All is destroyed by the 110th. Here's their video. 110th is down in Zaporizhia. Oh, I can imagine, Kaz. No. Cool video from the 110th. Ukraine is running out of missiles for SAMP-T air defense systems, according to the media. Italian government hesitant to make a decision as its own stockpile is nearly depleted, leaving only strategic reserves untouched. France has larger reserves, but also facing supply constraints. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if Ukraine was in a better position to defend itself than EU. Today, there were reports on our missile program. We have significant results. Long Neptune passed test and was successfully used in combat. Again, let's just play it again because it's a nice boom. Just in case Blonde is still watching. Canada is reconsidering F-35 purchase amid tensions with Washington. $19 billion purchase out the window because Trump. Again, talking about Kellogg being Ukraine only instead of Russia too. I can end the war with one phone call to Putin, said Trump. The problem, Trump never said thank you even once to Russia and already gave away the cards. No deal.
Okay, Vladimir, it's time to sign the ceasefire. No. Vladimir, it's time.
Time for me to say no.
How about yes?
Make me.
Well, look, you...
No, you look. Right now, you're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
I'm not playing cards. I'm very serious, Mr. President. I'm very serious.
You're playing cards. You're gambling with lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
What are you speaking about?
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to my country. A country that backed you far more than a lot of people said we should have.
Have you said thank you once?
What the hell is JD doing on this call?
He's right. Have you said thank you once in this meeting?
And I've said thank you, frankly, a lot of times, even today. So, let's sign the ceasefire.
Okay. Let's not.
Public question.
No, I don't know where you got that from, but that was gold. Again, Musk has stopped funding the Yale University team that was searching for lost and stolen Ukrainian children in Russia. Yay, Musk. Mark Kelly's decided to ditch his Tesla.
Hey folks, it's Mark Kelly here in Washington, driving to work for the last time in my Tesla. When I bought this thing, I didn't think it was going to become a political issue. Every time I get in this car in the last 60 days or so, it reminds me of just how much damage Elon Musk and Donald Trump is doing to our country. Talking about slashing Social Security, cutting healthcare benefits for poor people, for seniors. It's one bad thing after the next. He's firing veterans. I'm a veteran, so I have a really hard time driving around in this thing. So I think it's time for an upgrade today. So this is going to be my last trip in this car. There were some things I really liked about it. There are things I didn't like about it, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, doing the right thing. I think it's time to get rid of it. Elon Musk kind of turned out to be an asshole. And I
Kinda.
don't want to be driving a car built and designed by an asshole. So, looking forward to my new ride.
Thank you to the American people for supporting Ukraine.
We say thank you to the United States of America and Americans for helping us to fight for our freedom. We're fighting against dictatorship that seeks to destroy liberty worldwide.
Greetings from Ukraine. We want to express our tremendous gratitude to the United States of America for supporting our country in this horrible war. Every shell delivered is a saved life of a soldier and doesn't save the life of civilian people.
Weapon of the United States defends Ukraine's future. This is more than aid. This is the symbol of our shared values and justice. Together, we fight for the better world.
These weapons were provided by the American people to protect Ukraine.
We thank all American people for providing us with weapons.
With help of that weapons, Ukraine is still trying to protect all over the independent world.
We, the Ukrainian soldiers, sincerely thank you for your support and assistance. Your solidarity gives us the strength to fight for freedom and peace.
United States, your aid brings peace closer. Together, we stand for freedom. Thank you.
Stand with Ukraine. Together, we are stronger. Stand with Ukraine. Stop Russia.
God bless America. Glory to Ukraine.
Mass protest in Budapest. Ukrainian aviation destroyed a bridge in occupied area near Kherson. Kaz, read between the lines. Notice it's saying American people, not America. Not the government, not Trump. Russia's new drone. Which one's which? So Starsky is going live. Link is in channel, and gonna link it in the pin the link. And I got three more posts in Warriors Ukrainian. We're gonna finish this off and then deal with the rest of this in another stream. 10-minute video from United 24. No. Destruction of a large column of paratroopers near Chasiv Yar by the soldiers of the 18th Brigade. This will be the last video of the night. And see you all over in Starsky's stream in just a minute. still got 8 minutes till Starsky starts. My biscuits are burning. My biscuits are burning. You know, if there's ever anything we need to learn from this, is that war is horrible. War literally sucks for both sides. Nobody wins. You know, it's not a video game. You don't respawn. And yeah, you're right. He probably will be a little bit late. So I'm going to come to Madiar. Let's see, I got 6.5 minutes. We'll play one video from Madiar.
А ще я їй на семиструнній гітарі зіграв. Наостанок. Пташиний тиждень, що минув на Донбасі, відрізнявся від того ж тижня на Курщині. Про Курщину триматиму тишу. Ми працюємо. А от донбаське крило птахів відкоментую. Козаки за час моєї з групою відсутності працюють стабільно та продуктивно. 7 березня я не розміщував оперативки, тож саме час підвести Семиденку, протягом котрої на Донбасі частиною птахів знищено, уражено 1093 унікальних цілі хробачого війська. Бажаю міцного, по дрону у кожну хробачу макітру. Проект «Вйодей птахів Мадяра». Зведення за тиждень, що минув. Роль та ефективність дронів на народному оптоволокні зростає щодня, дозволяючи діравити ворожу техніку по закуткам та глибоко, а головне до того, як вона виїжджає з бойовими задачами. І це на випередження створює купу хлопоту підарам, що вимушені змінювати свої плани. Ну то бо вона на світанку не БГ, і доводиться газувати на позиції не на броні, а на нивах без дахів. Тим же, хто шморгає по темному, вітає бомбер з пролетарською ненавистю. О, танчело гребе, пададжага! І вже ніхто нікуди. Контрольний, чао! Не був цей тиждень більше попереднього насичений кількістю техніки, цифра зате говорить, хоча вони і не дитячі. 285 одиниць різної рухомої, стоячої, схованої техніки та засобів з 1093 цілей. Це 26%, але і тих 285 одиниць, якщо скласти, о, це терміт наш працює, 1200 грамчиків, і танка нема. Якщо тих 285 скласти докупи, пада, сука, файно зайшло, то парковка біля Ашана нервово курити.
Бада, сука.
Тому то є добре. Нічне полювання чередувалося з денним, денне з нічним. Все, що погано стоїть, чи гарно, значення немає. Все в утиль. Ви бачите, на яких уйобіщах вони пересуваються? Дахи зрізають, щоб відстрілюватися від дронів FPV. На всіх без виключення. Калимагах. Але. Добре. Добре. Пехкає та й гехкає. Дриво. Та хорош же, блін. Давай на щось інше перемикай. Сопілкарі піхвознавці цього тижня теж не спали. 18 гармат, не рахуючи САУ. Знов
18,
попався ствол секти, долбіт, заєбісь.
89 artillery shells.
І так погано
So he's just going over the numbers of destroyed vehicles
333
and other equipment and, of course, Russians.
Тижня, що минув. 210 з них 200-х, 123 300-х. Множте на 4, матимете місячний результат, котрий ми вперто плануємо вивести на відмітку рота хробаків щодоби. Я про те вже казав. Наразі 333 йоблика за 6-14 березня. Це по одненькому кожні 34 хвилини. Що стосується загала цілей, показник попередній. Одна ціль горить кожних 9 хвилин. Дня, тижня, місяця. Це вже певний стандарт. І це без урахування курської статистики, котру ми оприлюднимо згодом, як морквяні трохи підзакінчаться. До речі, одне лише скажу, ті ще черті. Хробаки їх бояться, реально бояться стрілкотнею. Корейці весільного мавіка збивають на 150 метрах з 1-2 пострілів. Звичайними веслами, АК-12. Дається ознаки, що у них 10 років строкової служби. Ну, але ми то знаємо, як і багато іншого.
Operator Starsky's stream is pinned to the top of chat. As soon as he starts up, I'll be ending the stream and see you guys all over there. Sorry for talking over
одноразові підгребли вам у кадр. Того добра. Достатньо. Потеплішало. Дозволяє собі хробачня пересуватися прямо по ночі. А нічні доктори ту ситуацію чітко контролюють. Для того, щоб жодне псячо, як то кажуть, на сході. А звідси ви і бачите відповідні, тьфу-тьфу-тьфу, нехай нічого зайвого не кажу, але їх успіхи на мапі за місяць-півтора крайні суттєво змінили свій характер. Що б не казали чорнороті і ті, хто постійно шукають зраду, для котрих все пропало, блядь, і котрі не можуть дня прожити, щоб не пхнути у спину військовим якусь пред'яву про їх втому, блядь, про те, що ми їх задовбали. І бітися, а краще кружіть нас. Прийде час всьому. А поки будемо продовжувати хробачню талмачити, тиждень, вважаю, проведений командою ефективно. Ще раз говорю, цей тиждень не відображає жодної статистики, цифри чи вйобчика на Курщині, на котрій я з окремою командою птахів Мадяра зараз виконуємо спеціальні задачі, характер котрих не потрібно наразі коментувати. Тому тішу вас рідко, але певним контентом, котрий дозволяє побачити вам, що ми наразі робимо на Донбасі. Так, статистику ж забув дати. Протягом тижня, що минув, здійснено 4325 бойових вильотів. 1358 дронів FPV випущено по хробакам. До речі, ці крила – це є спільна робота з рядом підрозділів. Наші РЛСки, наші винищувачі і винищувачі дружніх підрозділів, починаючи від 38-х морпехів, закінчуючи Омегою і так далі. 1118 відпрацювань нічних докторів, 238 сесій дистанційного мінування за тиждень на Донбасі. Винищувачі піднімались в повітря 88 разів, і це справді небагато. 2298 разів вилітали весільні мавіки бригади. 829 цілей налітали та верифікували бригадні крила розвідники. Результати, я вам казав, 1093 унікальних ворожих цілей, 333 з них штук особового складу, йобликів 285 одиниць різної рухомої техніки та засобів. Працювали купол Херсон та купол Покровськ. Статистика Купол-Покровськ. 154 дрона ворожих FPV виявлено, 123 знищено. В Херсоні статистика значно гірше. Виявлено 249, знищено всього 130. Загалом за цей тиждень 403 дрона виявлено, 253 знищено. Майте, рідненькі, терпіння, ми покращимо показник у Херсоні. Нам потрібно ще час для того, щоб накрити все платнячком. І тоді буде все спокійніше. Такі справи, працюємо далі, виходитиму на зв'язок тихої та спокійної вам. Очі та жало, робачий жах. Честь.
Well, as you can hear, music is playing on Starsky's stream. So, starting soon. I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you over there. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming to the stream. More importantly, thank you for supporting Ukraine. Have a good night, and stay safe, everybody.